Hello, good morning. Happy to be here. My name's Colin Mansfield. I'm a sports surgeon in Northern California, and I have a background in AI programming. And I'm happy to present my company, Allheartz, which is a health tech company that's focused in clinical motion analysis. And we build software as a medical device that can turn your smartphone into a medical sensor for computer vision for remote therapeutic monitoring that's integrated, portable, and autonomous. And the core of what we're trying to do is understand how do we bring vital signs into the health system. And not only that, do it from home and remotely. And much like blood pressure cuffs have changed cardiovascular health and glucose monitoring have changed endocrine health, we are doing this with musculoskeletal care, where our vital sign is really more about activity and motion so that we can do a better job at prevention and remote therapeutic monitoring. And it's been a significant challenge understanding how do we digitize human motion, and just as importantly, how do we then bring that into the healthcare system? And across many different arenas, this has been very difficult to do. And so with this, we can really empower home care, decrease cost, and generate sorely needed revenue for our clinicians who are essentially already doing this work with prevention and monitoring. And what we bring in is a digital tool with an integrated smart platform, and this is under the umbrella of a unifying technology that can cross health systems, it can reach into the community and help our active individuals so that we can bring up this new vital sign, which we term mobility and activity. And this is a large market. We know that musculoskeletal conditions are the highest prevalent condition. It's the number one payer market. It's of high import to our employers. And when we look at who is coming into our hospitals and clinics, more than 1 in 2 are coming in with musculoskeletal complaints. And this technology really touches upon a care delivery model that has not changed much since the time of Hippocrates. I think we're all quite familiar with this kind of care delivery model where you go to a physical location, you see a specialist, they're going to take you through some guided evaluations, but what we're really interested in is gathering the data of motion and stress in different parts of the body. In most situations, and this is just typed into a chart in rich text format that's not really tracked, and done so at a few time points. And so it's been very difficult understanding how do we improve upon this care delivery model to do it less in the office, work on prevention care, and do it remotely. And that's where our solution really comes into play, where we are jumping many technical barriers. We have to understand how do we combine the targeted nature of an in-person evaluation and approach the accuracy of something like a gait analysis lab, do this remotely, and also do it without wearable devices. And that is what we are building so that we can digitize motion and integrate this with needing only a simple smartphone to do this. The science of what we do really has to do with the science of understanding pixels. And so our program is able to take two-dimensional video, single point of view, and garner the appropriate clinical data so that we can then bring this into the system with just a smartphone. The way our process works is we take you through a guided motion. Our Allheartz engine, which is our convolutional neural network model, is then able to extract that data and put into a format so that we can then integrate this into the system. This is supported in literature, and quite favorably, the Centers for Medicaid and Medicare continue to support 4 CPT codes so that we have a path to reimbursement for this. As we continue to improve our data and improve upon our models continuously, much like a regular medical device, when we bring the product and the value add, we can bill as a monthly active user and subscription basis. And similarly for the clinician, we can bill like a device is billed, and this has a path to reimbursement as well. And so this has given us very favorable financial projections over the next 4 years with greater than 70% margin. And with this, then we can really understand how do we cross into these different arenas to also help in the community with our athletics, with resource sharing to do better injury prevention and better quality measures. We're employing this in 2 major divisions, on the clinical side and on the athletic side. Quite interestingly, with this technology, we can begin to treat some musculoskeletal injury like a disease state, a disease which can be screened, which has very good treatment and leads to significant prevention. How this looks, and a good example of this is one of our trainers working with an athlete, and within about 30 seconds and 3 separate landing videos, our product is able to then pick up the modifiable risk factor so that we can then do this in an automated fashion, do it more personalized, and do it at high volume. So we can do a better job at treating and actually preventing this at large scale. And similarly, in the clinic setting, we just need to bring this objective data so we can do a better job at keeping track of our patients. Now, this is all bundled into a product that helps to improve the journey that's implant agnostic with our clinicians and patients alike. We have many exam guides. We have outcome measures as well as daily check-ins. But what I'm really excited about is having custom milestones, custom templates that can really truly look at how do we bring actionable remote monitoring to our clinician that's focused on decreasing readmission, predictive algorithms, and this of course is in a compliant, protected, and integrated fashion. There's many benefits to this beyond just cost reduction and revenue generation. This product is really smart, scalable, and flexible for the musculoskeletal system in particular. And among the many advantages, what I love about this is that we don't have manufacturing. This is a software-based product that we can use through a typical smartphone, which is the most ubiquitous technology we have in the community. We've been working on our model since late 21 into 22, and I've been doing our pilot at a sports site in Northern California. In 23, we have an IRB submitted that does show that we have a 70% injury reduction in high-risk Division I athletes sustained after 2 seasons. We've been able to get lots of reviews back from other programs. As we prepare for our FDA registration, we just started a small rehab pilot, and last month finished a joint-funded project with one of our technical partners so we can scale this much larger into the community setting. As we prepare to launch at 4 clinical pilot sites later this year, we are raising a seed to support this currently right now. Part of the project that we've been working on is actually addressing a relatively unmet need in women's health as well. There's some kinds of injuries that women are 4 to 6 times more likely to sustain. These are significant injuries that lead to surgery and long-term problems, but they have a really significant ability for prevention care. So we're really looking to impact them, particularly with an ongoing project. We're going to shed some more light on this later this year, which I'm very excited about, as we continue to improve our models, our motion expansion, and do some more research planned for 2026 as well. We have a really fantastic team behind this, between myself and my co-founder and fractional CTO group, Joe Twan, who's been through multiple companies himself and is the CEO of a development group that we draw from. Franz, he's on strategy and operations. He's also been through multiple companies. It's fantastic. Scott has significant industrial experience, and Mike with business strategy. We have a very talented development group and AI team to help build this for us. So we can continue to make tools to impact access to specialty care in the community, for our teams, for our athletes, really for anyone, anywhere. So I really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.